You know that's messed up. But anyway, there's a second part to this story, so let's get into it.
Essentially, my husband stayed with his brother and sister-in-law for a night and they talked it out. His brother was also very close with their grandpa, so I think hearing the same logic from someone grieving just as much knocked some sense into him. They explained why he couldn't just name his kid Ted Bundy. And especially because we live in the western US, in one of the states where Ted Bundy operated and was also caught, imprisoned, and escaped. I don't even think it's legal to use that name. We spoke briefly on the phone before he came home, where I apologized how rude I was when he kept suggesting the name. I explained that I was just stressed that he was seemingly overlooking just how bad it would be to have a kid with the same name as a very notorious serial killer, and that I didn't feel listened to. He apologized as well, telling me that his grief was clouding his judgment and that he also understands why we can't give our child Grandpa's name. While we did want to keep the gender a surprise, we felt like we had to look at the ultrasound to help hash this out. We're having a baby boy, and we decided to give him Grandpa's middle name, Silas. Our son will have the name Silas Bundy. So, all in all, I guess this worked out.
Now, that's a nice name, Silas.
I don't know. Silas, wasn't that the bad guy in Danger Mouse?
I was going to say Silas was the guy in the Bible, but that's just me.
Baron Silas Greenback.
I only know one Silas, and that was from the old TV show Heroes.
It's not a terrible name. It's a rarely used name. It means something. That's a good name. The middle name, that's good.
So
that they had to have this big of a fight to land on the middle name, though.
And I'm still wondering, again, where these people be staying at when they argue with their spouses. Another person that goes to spend time with why is y'all leaving y'all house?
At least you went to a sibling.
Yeah, but still.
It's still. I'm with Tracy here.
This is just bothering me.
Every time.
I hear you.
Stay there and work it out. Stop going to your sibling's house, your mama's house, your friend's house. Stop it. Don't do that no more. No more stories, Marlon, where they go to stay at somebody's house, because it's really getting on my nerves.
Well, now Marlon won't have no story.
That's that, right?
I would stay at my brother-in-law.
Just let them come in every time.
Just let them come on in. Yeah, here's a bedroom. You can sleep in it. Help yourself to the hot chocolate and the charcuterie board there.
I just don't like the stories, and I know this is what makes me honestly think all these doggone stories is fake as crap. But I'm trying to keep an open mind going into the new year. But if you do it, please stop doing it. I hate the ones where they go, well, we talk to the family. Obviously, they're on their side. They're on her side. And my family is on my side. But my sister said, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, you know what? You can't fix the problem in your marriage going outside your marriage.
Thank you. Oh, my gosh.
You need to deal with this without always running to mommy and daddy and sister or brother who you know. And 99.99% of the time, you know they're going to take your side because you family. That's somebody who just married in.
I'm still tripping off of how are so many of these families, you have a healthy structure where everybody comes together for a family town hall to figure out what color your shoes should be. But you yourselves are so dysfunctional that you got to run to your best friend's house because your wife said something you didn't like. How does that exist in the same dynamic?
No.
I don't.
What else annoys me when people take their problems to social media, you done got all invested. They break up, you done took a side, then they get back together.
Well, careful, Tracy, you get in trouble. I said something about why people go and put their business on Reddit, and I got read for filth. Because, people don't like being interrupted with what they want to go see.
People that took sides. I take sides. I shouldn't.
Oh, I don't. I try to ignore it.
I shouldn't, but I do. I'm not.
No, hey. I don't take sides with people on the internet. I don't take sides with people, with my friend.
And then they get back together. It's like
you never take sides. If your friend come to you and say there's an issue going on, you just nod your head and Oh, that's the crazy thing, because what's going to happen is that's the same friend that you go and blast them and cuss them out the same way, using the same energy as your friend is doing on that significant other.
Did we back together?
And they're back together, and guess what happens? Now they
I don't like him
sideways because you should have said that about my significant other.
You the one said it first.
Dude.
It'll be even worse than that, Mom. Here's how it goes down.
Ooh,
all right.
Get on my nerves.
Billy got a problem with his wife. Billy goes to Paul, and Billy and Paul are trying to work through Billy's problem. Paul takes sides, hey man, I don't know why she had like that, blah, blah, blah. She always been a little blue, blah, blah, whatever, all that. It ain't going to be Billy and Paul that are going to have the direct problem. It's going to be the wife. Because, see, once these two people reconcile, because they have a relationship that they are tied into. Once they reconcile, guess who's going to come up in their conversations?
Paul. Every time. It's like,
he said you were crazy, and I told him, no, she's just going through something. Oh, he said what?
And if you got the right one, not the wrong one, and if you got the right one, yeah, they have every right to look at you and go, why are you spreading out business out in the street?
You coming over to the house for the kid's birthday party, and she like,
Yeah, because what you do, and again, I shouldn't take sides. I know I shouldn't, but I'm just like, well, shoot, he's terrible. He's awful, and you should ditch him. Then 3 months later, they get back. Well, I still don't like him because I'm remembering what you told me about him. So now
you only give me the bad stuff.
Yeah, and they never give their side about how they were a part of the problem.
Of course not.
That's why you don't take the stuff to your mama. Because, see, mama going to protect her baby, right? So unless she know her baby ain't about nothing, mama going to take her baby's side. So all she's hearing is all the terrible things. You're not giving her the good stuff. And then you guys reconcile because the good stuff was bigger than the bad stuff. Well, mama already looking at this person like,
nah, she trash.
and that look is all the way until they break up or get married, or I don't even care no more.
Till somebody die.
If your problems are that deep, go to a marriage counselor. At least they take an oath that they can't broadcast your problems all over the internet. Oh my gosh.
Depends on which one of them marriage counselors you go to.